Welcome back to the Atlas Masterclass. I've got our guest here, Sam.
Charlie, great. I'm looking forward to this. This looks pretty good.
Yep. So we've been chatting. So we're talking burgers, and this is an Aussie burger. So the thing that makes it Aussie is definitely the use of beetroot and pineapple. So Sam's had a lot of experience living in the States, and we're talking about all the different places over there, and there's a million different burger recipes. But I do honestly love an Aussie burger.
Yeah. I mean, when you live in the States, people are divided. There's East Coast burgers and your West Coast burgers.
Yeah.
What you've got in front of us though looks very much like you would get something here in Melbourne. It's your traditional sort of Aussie burger, isn't it?
Yeah, and like I love the the addition of sort of bacon, egg. I always love the onion. This technique does actually play on a little bit of an American technique, with it's more of a squished burger.
Okay.
So it's and we'll sort of talk more about that as I do it. We've got some fries as well, so it's a lot. There's a lot going on. It's a great dish, isn't it? Burgers, you can't go wrong.
Well, it looks to me like it's the sort of dish that I might have just lost in the tournament, and this is my way to sort of drown the sorrows, or I've won and I need to celebrate. So
Either way, you're having.
Either way, it's not a big tournament dish.
Yeah.
It's an end of the tournament. I think that's how they're going to be enjoying it as well.
Yeah,
right? So.
exactly. Well, it is. Yeah, this is the last meal of our Atlas Masterclass box, and it's something that's to be able to do an Aussie burger and hopefully do it well. It's a big honour.
Yeah.
People are excited, and anyone from overseas just does not understand pineapple or beetroot in a burger, but who knows? We just do it differently here, don't we? So I might before I sort of talk about everything, I might just get our fries on, because that's the thing that will take the longest. So I just cut them into chips. Now I've just got them soaking in this bowl of water here. So just want to sort of almost wash the starch off, and that will just make them make them fry a lot better. So, and you want to dry them before putting them into the oil. So I'm deep frying them, but you can also shallow fry them, so using a lot less oil. But just for ease, we're just going to deep fry them. And this is just a plain vegetable oil, very something inexpensive. Don't be using good olive oil or anything like that. And we just want to go straight in with these. So I'll let them take their time, and you want to put them in while the oil's warm, but it doesn't need to be absolutely, roaring, because they might start to burn before they start to cook. So I'm just going to go in like so, and I'm really sort of just letting them dry a little bit prior to putting them in, because in case that oil is hot, it will spit and it can be a bit dangerous. So cooking fries at home, it's just important to be watching it. Oil's about 180 degrees, and then you've got something that's wet like the potato, so you just want to be super careful with that. But it's definitely worth the danger.
Cut them nice and thick there too.
Yeah, nice and thick, and you just want to let them take their time to cook. So I've got it on sort of, this is a medium heat. It's definitely hot.
Yep.
But as I'm watching, I'll say, okay, look, the potato's starting to be cooked, but I want them golden, so I might bump it up a little bit. But I'll just let them take their time and do their thing, and it gives us plenty of time to get organised for the rest of it. So what we've got some lettuce. So we've just shredded that lettuce up. We sliced the tomato into some nice circles to just help us, really build the dish. And then we've also got some white onion. So the white onion we do two things with. The first one, we want to have them as rings, so that's going to, always presented nicely. Yep. This is very much the in and out garnish here that you're familiar with.
Yeah, my favourite.
The favourite, absolutely. And then we've got some white onion that we're going to press into the burger as well. So I don't know if this is an Aussie technique. I'm not sure if they're doing that in the States as well. But
I don't know. I feel like some people, onion divides people a little bit on a burger too, doesn't it? I mean, you can divide people with your pineapple as well, I think. But onion, people are either they love onion or they don't love onion.
Yeah. So it's absolutely, you're right.
Yeah.
Pineapple and beetroot in a burger it is weird. It is what it is, and I think that. Trying to make something authentic like this, you've just got to do it.
Yep.
You've got to go burger with a lot.
I'll trust you.
Yeah.
You're the expert. I'm just here as a guest. I'm not gonna debate with you about those. But
yeah. Oh well, that's good.
You tell me.
All right, there we are. So what we've got as well, we've got our pineapple. So I've just cut that up, and then our beetroot will come as the sauce. So we've just got this beetroot here. So it's like similar to like a relish. So we're just going to spread that on there as well. So now we're going to get started with the cooking. So we've got our fries on already, and then we're going to put our relish on. So it's a super quick relish we're going to make. So you've got some white onion that I just chopped up, and that's quite a rough chop, really don't worry too much about it, as well as we've got some tomato. So I just want to basically sear this all off, then I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of sugar on that, so just grab some sugar from your pantry at the end, and we're going to get a bit of a caramelised colour on it, and that's going to be one of our sauces for this. And as well at the same time, I'm going to start by cooking some of the bacon. And so I just got the other end of the grill going, and this is just over a sort of medium heat, trying to get nice and crunchy. Are you a bacon eater?
I'm a big bacon eater.
Yeah.
But I was looking at the relish. That's something people could actually just do anytime they want, though. Like, it's a really basic way just to make a tomato relish.
Absolutely. Like, yeah, when you make a relish, like you could definitely spend a lot of time cooking it down slowly and stuff. But I think for this burger, because it's an Aussie burger, we want that like grill flavour on it as well. We want to be able to sort of that quick cook. So, you know, if you do burn it a bit, even that's tasty. You know, you want that like bit of colour. And then we'll add, of course, that bit of sugar will sort of sweeten it up, and that's what you expect from a relish, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a quick, easy way to make it, I suppose. And we just move it around like so. Yeah, and so once I add that sugar, it will really come together, and that's just going to be such a tasty little sauce. And so now I'm just going to finish the relish by adding some sugar onto this, which will go nice and sort of caramelised and sweet, and that's going to finish the sauce. So this will be our beautiful relish, just letting it cook, let that sugar caramelise, and then we're ready for our burger to go on the grill. So now our relish is ready, so it's really nice and sweet, all come together nicely. So I'll take that off. That's going to just be so perfect on the burger. And next I'm going to just toast our bun and also cook our egg. So the bun, I'm just toasting on the grill, don't worry about the oil or anything. And then the egg is just the bacon on the side, just letting that slowly crisp up, and the egg just straight on the grill. So, you know, our whole concept of Atlas has always been about travel and adventure, and, you know, I've been to so many different countries all around the world. I feel like, you know, from us chatting today that, you know, being, you know, in professional sports, you get to travel the world as well. It's just the most amazing gig ever. Where are some of the better places you've been, or unique stories? Or
Yeah, I mean, I'm lucky a bit like you, because as a tennis player, you know, you're very much confined to hotels and tennis courts. You know, I think you mentioned 40 odd countries. I'm about the same. Been to every continent except Antarctica. No tennis tournaments down there. But one of the things for us is, you know, it's not always tourist stuff, but one of the things you get to do is enjoy the cuisine. You know, you've always got to eat. Every country has, you know, their own special stuff. You know, I always love traveling through Japan. It's always amazing. You know, South America, playing in Brazil. I was lucky enough to go to the Rio Olympics. We were a little bit confined, but I actually have done 2 or 3 other trips down to Brazil to play tournaments, and, you know, that whole churrasco, like, especially for me, who I'm a big meat eater, I love all that sort of stuff. You know, I've been to Africa, I've been to Algeria when I was 18. I had long blonde hair. I definitely stood out at the time. You know, you talk about Israel, and, you know, I know that you guys do that sort of stuff at the restaurant at times too. So, you know, I've been incredibly lucky. You know, one of the reasons I stopped playing was I'd almost grown sick of the travel, I think. And then, you know, now when you're at home, you know, you sort of start to plan all the places you want to go back to. And I know my wife is putting a pretty extensive list together of the places we want to go back and actually, you know, enjoy as tourists, not just as tennis players. So. Yeah,
that's like, I think that's the thing. It is when, you know, traveling a lot, you know, and obviously when you know, playing at the top of the league as well, you know, it would be extremely taxing moving from hotel to, you know, just getting the feel of a place, and you're probably off to the next tournament. And, you know, I think you said before you were doing about 30 tournaments a year, is that correct?
Yeah, so we do about 40 weeks on the road, but, you know, between 30 and 35 events. It's a lot. I mean, you know, it's not always as glamorous as it looks. You're very lucky to do it as a profession, you know, play a sport for a living, but, you know, it's not always as pretty as it might look on TV, but it's certainly got its upsides.
Yeah, because it's just like, it's like anything, you know, it must be so exciting and so fun, but, you know, it's always, of course, it comes with a lot of struggle too, because, you know, naturally you're going to be keeping your fitness remaining.
And there's a pressure to it. You know, every week you turn up, you have to win. So,
you
know, people will watch the Australian Open, you'll be getting towards the end of the tournament now, and it's, you know, it's big paychecks and big crowds, and, you know, like I said, the glamorous side of things. You know, and there's certainly weeks that are like that, but there's those weeks as well where you might have had 2 or 3 first round losses in a row. You're away from family, away from friends, and it definitely keeps you very level. You know, the highs are certainly high. There's certainly those times where you sit in the hotel room after a tough week, and, you know, you've really got to take a look at things and work out how you get yourself to your best level again, because you can't hide, I guess. There's no real hiding from it.
Absolutely. Like, is there anywhere in particular you'd love to, like, you know, I wish I could have that moment and play there again? Is there any tournament or something that stands out, or it's just in general?
There's a lot of places I love. I mean, you know, Newport, Rhode Island is a small town, northeast coast of the United States. Very famous for its sailing and that sort of stuff. But for us, it's where the Tennis Hall of Fame is. It's very much a throwback sort of tennis club, old school grass courts. And I really love that event. It's the week after Wimbledon normally, and it's really like a throwback to the bygone days of tennis, I guess. You know, and it's the sort of place that I really miss going back to.
Yeah.
There's certain places I wouldn't want to go back to. I tell you, there's a few of those. You know, 5-hour car trips with a hole in the floor of your taxi through Uzbekistan is probably one I don't want to go back to. But yeah, no, there's certainly a lot
all for the love of the game. I think.
Yeah, there's a few stories there. Maybe when we have a little bit more time, we need to sit down and discuss them.
Yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? Those moments. I think, obviously, of course, you must look back and think like, what the hell? Like, it's traveling to a remote place, 5 hours in that sort of situation. It's very, it's a pretty unique thing.
Yeah, I wonder how I've got twins on the way, and I wonder how my parents looked at some of the places I was going to, and wondered how I survived, to be honest, because I certainly look back and think it's a miracle I got through it all. Yeah,
maybe you're lucky you're a big guy, so everyone's scared, but that's good. All right, so we'll get back to this. So we've got our relish ready, our eggs are cooked, bacon's super crispy, our chips are looking delicious as well, and then we've got our bun toasted and we've got our cheese ready. So now it's getting the burger pressed and cooked, and then we're basically going to build and serve. So, a bit going on with this dish. Feel free, if you're, cooking it, of course, to get the bacon ready, have the egg ready, the relish, even the fries. It's just taking as much off your plate as possible, and then you can just do your burger and you're ready to serve. So now it's really sort of the, the final piece of the dish. So it's getting the burger, and we put it straight onto the hot grill. So, any of that leftover fat from the bacon, or anything that's left on the grill, all that's extra flavour. And then we come across and we just want to press it down, and this is really the important part of this burger that makes it really different. So I put this on like this and then press. So I press it like so, then I can go straight on top with some of the chopped white onion, just break it up into little pieces, maybe a sprinkle of salt as well. And then I just cook until it's nice and sort of crispy, flip it over, and then we're ready to build the burger. And finally, just adding the cheese on top. All right, so we're ready to plate it up, I think.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, a lot of love and attention goes into that, like, all the toasty and the cooking stuff, and there is quite a few elements in the Aussie burger, but it's not really an Aussie burger without the lot, I suppose.
Yeah.
So I'll start by putting our beetroot sauce on. So I just spread that on the bottom. Then I'm going to put just the pineapple pieces. You can definitely fold the pineapple through that beetroot if you like, just sort of, will sort of mix together. But I think it looks really good, this sort of burger, when you can see every individual element, so much effort goes into making it. I think you should show it off. So I put the lettuce on next, then I put some tomato.
Certainly getting a bit of every colour in there.
Yeah, it's stunning, isn't it? Like, I really think that shows it, shows all that effort that went into it, like when you can put all the different elements. And, the American burgers we were talking about before are definitely a bit more simple. They're also very, they're all good, but I think that, taking all the time to do all these elements and getting it, like, when you eat the burger, it's a proper mouthful.
Yeah.
So we've got that there. I'll go on top with some of our little relish. There we are. Let's just put a few of these onion rings on, followed by an egg. There we are. So now I'm just going to put our lid on. What do you reckon, Sam?
That is a mouthful and a half.
Yeah. How do you reckon you'd go if you've just won a huge tournament? Would you be rewarding yourself with that?
I certainly would. Chips on the side.
Chips on the side.
Yeah, perfect.
It's exactly, I think that Aussie burger around the world, does have a bit of a history. Some people love it, some don't. But, if you can get it right, putting all that effort and all those different textures and flavours, like, it is pretty epic.
I love the fact that you've got the beetroot and a relish, not just the slice of beetroot on top. Yeah, it's...
Absolutely. So, it's gonna, it's good. This is our final dish of, maybe the AO finals for everyone who's cooking these dishes at home. I hope, it's been such an honour having you in the kitchen today and, chatting. I feel like I've learned a lot about tennis and getting even more excited to be at the tennis because, it's so, there's so much energy and effort and stuff that goes on behind the scenes. So, thank you very much for joining us, and I hope you had a bit of fun cooking with us.
No, it's been the same for me. Hopefully learn a little bit more in the kitchen. So, I'm going to go home. My wife is going to be very impressed with all the skills that I've learned today, and a couple of new little techniques, and Yeah, I'm excited to get back in the kitchen for myself, and hope everyone enjoyed the tennis.
Yeah, good, absolutely. So thank you so much, and yeah, Sam, once again, thanks again. I really, really appreciate it. Cheers.